What's the lesson, Master?
Live. Or die.
I won't fight you.
I've heard that before.
The wait is finally starting to feel real, because Ahsoka Tano is about to return, and this time, the danger may be far bigger than anything she faced before. After everything that happened in the first season, Ahsoka and Sabine are still stranded in a distant galaxy. Grand Admiral Thrawn is back, and Baylan Skoll's unfinished journey has opened the door to something much darker. Now, the first look at Ahsoka Season 2 is giving fans a reason to believe that the next chapter could completely change the Star Wars story. The new teaser promises bigger battles, darker mysteries, returning legends, and a threat that could connect the past, present, and future of the galaxy. But the biggest question is this. What exactly has Ahsoka discovered? And why does it look like the battle ahead could force her to face secrets that even the Jedi never understood? The return of Ahsoka is officially getting closer, and after such a long wait, the first details surrounding Season 2 are already creating huge excitement among Star Wars fans. Lucasfilm has confirmed that the second season is coming to Disney Plus in early 2027, with the latest information pointing to a January 20th premiere. The first official look has also teased a much larger story, with creator Dave Filoni promising bigger battles and higher stakes. And honestly, after watching how Season 1 ended, it is easy to understand why expectations are so high. Ahsoka's story was never just about another Jedi fighting another enemy. Her journey has always been connected to the old Jedi Order, Anakin Skywalker, the fall of the Empire, and the growing danger surrounding Grand Admiral Thrawn. But now, Season 2 appears ready to take all of those pieces and push them into something much bigger. The first season ended with Ahsoka and Sabine trapped in another galaxy, while Ezra Bridger finally returned home and Thrawn escaped to the main galaxy. That alone created a huge problem, because Ahsoka and Sabine are now separated from the people they know, while Thrawn is free to begin his next move. And this is where the new season becomes especially interesting. Ahsoka is no longer simply trying to stop Thrawn from returning. She now has to understand the strange world she has been left in, the mysterious forces surrounding it, and the ancient secrets that could be hiding there. The teaser is expected to keep many of those answers hidden, but even the small details already suggest that this will not simply be a continuation of the first season. There is a darker feeling surrounding the story, and one of the biggest reasons for that is the return of Baylan Skoll. The character became one of the most mysterious figures in Season 1, especially after he walked away from the usual path of the Jedi and began searching for an ancient power. His final moments left fans with more questions than answers, as he appeared to discover something connected to the Mortis gods. Now, Baylan's story is continuing in Season 2, with Rory McKen taking over the role following the death of Ray Stevenson. The new footage has reportedly shown McCann's Baylan in snowy surroundings, while the overall tone of the teaser remains mysterious and mystical. And that could be one of the most important clues about where the story is heading, because if Baylan really found what he was searching for, then Ahsoka may eventually have to confront a power that is completely different from the enemies she has fought before. This is not just another Imperial threat. This could be something connected to the ancient history of the Force itself. At the same time, Grand Admiral Thrawn remains one of the biggest dangers in the galaxy. Season 1 ended with Thrawn successfully escaping and returning to the main galaxy, and that changes everything. For years, he was considered one of the greatest strategic threats left behind by the Empire, and now he finally has the opportunity to rebuild his influence. The official Season 2 information has already confirmed that Lars Mikkelsen will return as Thrawn, while Rosario Dawson returns as Ahsoka, Natasha Liu Bordizzo returns as Sabine, Iman Esfandi returns as Ezra, Mary Elizabeth Winstead returns as Hera, and Hayden Christensen returns as Anakin Skywalker. Ivana Sakno is also returning as Shin Hati, while Rory McCann continues the role of Baylan Skoll. And that cast alone tells us that Season 2 has a lot of unfinished stories to deal with. One of the biggest mysteries is still Ahsoka's connection with Anakin. Season 1 gave us one of the most emotional moments in Ahsoka's entire journey when she was forced to confront her past and finally understand the lessons her former master had left behind. But with Hayden Christensen returning, the question is how Anakin will appear this time. Will he return through another vision? Will Ahsoka continue communicating with him through the Force? Or could his appearance somehow connect to the strange Force mythology that is becoming more important to the series? The teaser may not answer that question directly, but his return confirms that Anakin's presence is still important to Ahsoka's story. And that makes sense because Ahsoka has spent years carrying the weight of what happened to her master. She walked away from the Jedi, survived the rise of the Empire, fought alongside the rebellion, and eventually came face to face with the man Anakin became. Now, after everything she has learned, she is entering a new stage of her journey. This is no longer simply about being a Jedi or refusing to be one. Ahsoka has become something different, and Season 2 could finally explore what that means. Sabine's story is equally important. Her decision to use the Force and help Ahsoka defeat Thrawn came at a huge cost, because it ultimately left both of them trapped far from home. Now they have to find a way back, but that journey could become much more complicated than simply finding a way through space. Sabine has already shown that she is willing to make dangerous choices when Ezra is involved, and Ahsoka knows that better than anyone. Their relationship as master and apprentice was never simple, and Season 2 could test it even further. The question is whether their time in this distant galaxy will bring them closer together, or create another conflict between them. Meanwhile, back in the main galaxy, Ezra is finally reunited with Hera and the rest of the New Republic side of the story. But Ezra's return does not mean everything is safe. In fact, his return could make Thrawn's arrival even more dangerous because Ezra knows exactly what Thrawn is capable of. He spent years trapped with the Grand Admiral and understands his strategy better than almost anyone. If Thrawn is preparing to make a major move, Ezra could become one of the few people capable of predicting what comes next. And then there is Hera, who has already spent so much of her life fighting against Imperial forces. With Thrawn back, the New Republic may finally realize that the Empire's defeat did not mean the danger was completely gone. This is one of the biggest ideas that Season 2 can explore. The galaxy thought the war was over, but perhaps it was only the beginning of another conflict. Thrawn does not need to simply recreate the old Empire. He could build something different, something more organized, more strategic, and potentially even more dangerous. That is why the return of Thrawn could have consequences far beyond Ahsoka herself. And while Thrawn represents the political and military threat, Baylan and the mysterious forces surrounding him could represent something much older. That combination is what makes Season 2 so exciting. On one side, we have a brilliant Imperial commander preparing for his next move. On the other, we have ancient Force mysteries that may have existed long before the Empire. And standing between these two dangers is Ahsoka, who has never been more experienced, but may also be facing something she has never encountered before. The official first look has already teased epic space battles and lightsaber combat, while the new footage reportedly carries a darker and more mystical atmosphere. So, if the first season was about bringing the animated Star Wars stories into a larger live-action universe, Season 2 could be about expanding that universe even further. It could connect characters, locations, and Force mythology in ways that fans have been waiting years to see. And the biggest mystery of all may be what happens when Ahsoka finally returns to the main galaxy. Will she arrive in time to stop Thrawn? Will Sabine return with her? What will happen to Baylan's unfinished mission? And most importantly, what has Thrawn been doing while Ahsoka has been trapped so far away? We may not have all the answers yet, but that is exactly what makes this teaser so exciting. The next chapter is not simply bringing Ahsoka back. It is bringing back a story that has been building for years, and the consequences could reach across the entire Star Wars universe. So while fans still have to wait for the full season, the signs are already pointing toward a much bigger, darker, and more ambitious adventure. The first season opened the door to another galaxy, but Season 2 could finally reveal what was waiting on the other side. And if Ahsoka, Sabine, Ezra, Thrawn, Baylan, and the mysterious forces of the distant galaxy all collide, the next chapter may become one of the most important Star Wars stories yet. What do you think the teaser is really hiding? Will Ahsoka and Sabine find their way home? Or will their journey in the unknown galaxy lead them toward an even greater danger? Let us know your theories and expectations in the comments below. And if you enjoy Star Wars updates, trailers, previews, theories, and TV news, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. Because after everything Season 1 set up, one thing is clear. The next chapter of Ahsoka's story is only beginning.